Welcome to the Schroder Australia Sales Training Program. Remember to work with all of the materials that we're providing to ensure that you go through the entire sales process. This will yield bigger results in a quicker time. I'm your sales expert, Ray Schroder. We at Schroder believe and know that our ethical and proven sales techniques will enable you to be the proud sales professional at the top of your game. So remember to take notes, learn what is being shown, but also enact on what you've learned. I look forward to seeing you at the top. Principle number one is that selling is a process, not an event. Selling is something you do with the client, not to the client. The process is something that you engage with the client and continue with the client as you go through the process. The importance of this is that this builds rapport, it rebuilds trust within the client to buy from you. This could be a 15-minute process, it could be a 6 or 12-month process depending on the complexity of what you're wanting to sell. The second selling principle is that you make more money solving problems than you do by selling products. Do you recall a time that you've gone into a store? You've had a particular problem you've wanted solved, but the salesperson you got was the one that simply wanted to sell you something and didn't really ask you the right questions or understand your needs. Well, you need to be the person that's going to be able to help solve the problem, because that's what real salespeople do. When you're able to solve their problems, they trust you more, and they also become repeat buyers. The third selling principle is that prospects purchase for their reasons and not your reasons. And you really need to understand what their reasons are. Once you understand exactly what their reasons and needs are, you're able to present the best solution. So let's get a bit creative. Let's take an opportunity to think of, well, what are all the reasons that someone would like to purchase your product or your service? To start getting the brain going, have a think about these lovely pair of shoes. What are all the reasons that someone might want to buy these pair of shoes? It could be the sensible part of tile floors. It could be a wee bit more creative, that they're good at squashing bugs. They're a great doorstop. You can use them as bookends. You start to think of as many reasons as possible about these shoes or your own product and service to understand exactly why the client might be buying your product or service. The real answer is in that clients buy for both emotional and logical reasons, and you need to consider exactly what these are. And through asking the right questions of your clients and prospects, you'll start to learn there's some common things as to why they are buying your products and services. And once you're aware of these, you're able to demonstrate more value of what your product or service is by understanding them. The fourth principle is that prospects don't buy products and services, they buy what the products and services will do for them. And once you understand exactly what this is, you're able to build a lot stronger partnerships or relationships with your clients. You're able to demonstrate exactly what the product or service value is to them at a personal level. This may be quantifiable, it may be qualifiable, it may be personal, or it may be commercial. You need to understand exactly what these positions are individual. You should also be able to define why they buy from you and not from the competition. This is your competitive advantage. Why is your product or service better or different to what the competition has? And you need to be able to have this ready for each client or prospect you talk to. what it comes down to is that you need to be able to clearly articulate the value of the product or service that you're providing in a means that is actually of value to your client. Now, that could be a personal value, it could be a commercial value, it could be the fact that they're avoiding risk, maybe they're making financial gain, maybe they're saving time, maybe they're able to make a better impression of themselves in front of other people. But you need to understand exactly what that is and sell the product or service based on that value to them. Well, the great news is you're one step closer to being a complete sales professional. Again, remember to understand the entire sales process and all the principles involved in sales. The process that we follow here at Ziegler is the trust selling process. That's trust, T-R-U-S-T. T is for think. Think about who you should be talking to. Who are your real good clients? Who are the real good contacts within those businesses that you should be talking to? And think about what information you need to have prepared before you even make that first contact. The next is R. R stands for relate. You need to be able to relate to your client both on a personal and a professional level. This helps you get in the door and enables them to have enough trust to talk to you about what their best or most important business problems are. So next you need to be able to uncover the needs. This means be able to ask the right open questions and then be able to test and clarify those questions to ensure that you have a correct understanding of what their business and personal requirements are. Next is S for sell the solution. This means that you need to be able to handle their objections. Now they say objections are a salesperson's best friend, and it really is, because when they're objecting to what you're presenting to them, it means they are interested, they're just not quite sure. And even better, it means they're still talking to you, they haven't just walked out the door. And also, when you're selling the solution, you need to ensure that you're presenting what is important to them. What is their personal value? What is the business value you're presenting to them? I can guarantee your product or service will have lots of values that are important, but not necessarily important to the individual you're selling to. So ensure that you're only presenting what is important to that individual or to that team that you're selling to. Next is take action. This means that you do need to be able to close the sale. How do you do that? Well, you need to understand all the important factors of a qualified prospect. You need to make sure that you understand they have budget. Where is the money coming from? Who is making the decisions in the sales process? Also, do they have a real requirement to buy your product or service? Once you've tested all these, you can really close the sale. So great selling, everyone. I look forward to meeting you soon.